Aloha, this is Scott Lacasse, the Maui Farm to School Network Program Manager. Today I'm going to share a peace garden project with you that took place between 2013 and 2019 at the Montessori School of Maui. In 2013, Rena Beal, a parent and visionary donor, approached the school and pitched the idea of constructing a tolerance garden on the school's campus. Her parents had both been Holocaust survivors and had dedicated themselves to memorializing those who lost their lives during that tragic period in history. While her father focused on honoring their family's memory, Rena's mother, Lily, wanted to commemorate the children who perished. After her mother passed, Rena vowed to continue those efforts and create a safe space on the Montessori campus for children to work through their differences and celebrate gender, racial, and religious diversity. The school's faculty warmly embraced the concept, and the design process for the newly envisioned Peace Garden began in earnest during the spring of 2014. Designing and building a garden can be a bit of a messy process. But basically, there's 4 phases of a design-build project. The first phase is looking at program development. The second one is site inventory and analysis. You're going to move on to the concept plan, and finally, construction. Program development is an essential design phase that establishes the goals and objectives that drive the overall design. As you move through these different stages of the program development, a lot of information is going to start to help shape what the program is going to look like, and program truly does drive the design, and the design also drives the program. For the site inventory and analysis phase, you can use an existing site survey as a base plan, or you can measure off your own. You're going to be identifying trees, lot boundaries, buildings, utilities, and all of those will really shape your design. Other elements that are really important to consider are views. Are they good? Are they bad? Noise. Is there any offensive noise? Is there good noise? You want to take advantage of those different situations or block them if necessary. Once you've analyzed the site, it's time to make some design decisions. And the concept plan, in all of its iterations and its evolutions, is essentially the embodiment of the graphic thinking that you do. And it leverages the process of visualization to create a document that's going to communicate your design ideas and serve as the basis for the design, build, or construction phase. And the next phase is where your two-dimensional concept comes to life. And the first step in that is clearing and grubbing. The site at the Montessori School of Maui was originally the green waste site. So the first thing we needed to do was to remove all of that old vegetation in order to make way for the equipment so that we could start doing the earthwork, the grading, the drainage, and the hardscape. Planting and irrigation are the next steps, and throughout all of these different steps, it's really important to make use of what you have available, leverage your volunteers, and engage the students to create a strong sense of ownership. The author Michael Pollan said it best when he stated that nature abhors a garden. And it's true, they're living spaces that are under constant assault and must continuously be maintained and cared for. Fortunately, there's some good strategies to help you maintain your garden. One of the ones that is really successful is if you establish a student-led peace garden committee. And this really engages them to take ownership of that space. You can leverage their energy and integrate the care of garden with curriculum objectives. And then you can also form basically a scaffolded mentorship program where the students teach lower levels how to care for the living space so that it may be maintained across graduating classes. These gardens offer an incredible opportunity for project-based learning. You can always add more elements to the garden as you go along. It doesn't have to be built in a day. The majority of the plants were started from seed by the students, so plant propagation is an excellent opportunity. The stepping stones that you see here are a rite of passage for the middle school students. So each graduating class of 8th graders spends the last 4 months or so creating their stepping stone, and then at graduation they install the stepping stone in the path in the Peace Garden, with the objective being that there will eventually be stepping stones all the way to the upper circle. Creating peace gardens, or any other kind of garden for that matter, requires vision, buy-in, perseverance, care, and continual support from all stakeholders. When done well, they are the perfect embodiment of the effort and commitment necessary to achieve any form of transformative change at multiple scales. These gardens create the space to develop mentorship, collaboration, communication, and awareness of one's connection to the earth and all other living beings. In turn, these ideals support the values and practices that are essential to empowering our youth to achieve a more unified and equitable society at every scale.